Shalom. I want to start off by saying Kal Halal Yamla, Yahawah, Basham, Yahushai, Basham Rekakudash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us the truth and who rule well. Peace and citations unto the Akim that is spread around the four corners of the earth, spreading this word of sincerity and the truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Gone. I'm the brother Thantazarnaya, coming back through the spirit and power of Yahweh Basham Yahushai with another lesson, with another prayer. And I hope this video is edifying. Gone. So basically this prayer is going to be about our enemies. You know, the ones that that oppose us, you know, in the truth. And, you know, basically the snares of the devil that he's laid, you know, it's so obvious to us, but to the people that are in the world, it's not obvious. So it's our job to point out certain things, you know, that we Jakes are being targeted. And with Jakes, I mean so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, the children of the house of Israel, you know, which Jacob's name was changed into Israel for wrestling angel, you know. So the Jakes, the Jacob descendants, we are being enchanted, man, by these so-called elites, by these modern-day Chaldeans, you know, because they are the wise of the land. They are the ones that are doing incantations, are doing enchantments, you know, and usually they use the media and music. That's their main source for enchanting us. And I want to show you something. Got a video here to prove that they're enchanting us through the media, through our music.
How come when you turn on the radio in Jacksonville or New Orleans or Chicago or Little Rock, the only people on the radio that talk about how great it is to kill each other are black? How come that exists? 15 stations on a dial, go up, go down. The only people on the radio bragging about getting automatic weapons, gunning each other down, are black. This right here is a song. My pastoral vocabulary won't let me read the title, but I will read this. Catch a young black male not paying attention at the red light. With your AK-47, let me see you shoot it. You're a killer, you're a killer, you're a killer. You're a killer, black male. Let me see you prove it. Why does this exist? I'll take it even further, because a lot of time racism exists in what we don't know, what we don't see. Where are the white killers on the radio? Where are the white AK-47 shooters? Where are the white drug dealers? Where are the white people on the radio that brag about what it's like to murder witnesses before trial? The truth is they don't exist. And the question is why? Why don't they exist? Do white people not kill people? Do white people not use AK-47s to shoot each other? I mean, we know, do white people not do drugs? Do they not deal drugs? Of course they do. But why is it that it doesn't make it to our mainstream radio? Why is it that we don't hear it hundreds of times a day in hundreds of cities across the nation, thousands of plays that say the idea that a black guy would kill another black guy is something to be celebrated, something to be romanticized? And why is it the white people don't do it? And maybe it's because there's no white audience for it. Or maybe it's because it's not really marketable. Maybe because can't get sponsors. I don't know why it is. Or maybe it's because it's just not the white man's role. Or maybe when white people get up and talk about being drug dealers and AK-47 killers, maybe it's even sicker than that. Maybe when white people do it, they're accused of acting black. The truth is, in America, black murder is normal. Black murder is normal. The idea that a black man or a black woman would be involved in a homicide, either as a perpetrator or a victim, is so common, so broadly accepted that it basically goes unnoticed. The truth of the matter is, black families are affected by homicide at rates of 10 times their white counterparts.
So I think you get the point. So we are being targeted with all this nonsense, with all this these enchantments, because through music and through backmasking, you know, playing it reverse and hearing certain enchantments over and over, that the so-called black man is being programmed to be a murderer. And as he said, it's more likely for a black male to be in violence, in violent shootings and stuff like that. So this is what the enemy uses to lay snares for us, so that we can't, I want to say succeed in life, but it's not our place to succeed in this life or in this time period, in this kingdom, because we are in captivity. We are sitting out our trial, because Yahawah, he had put us in captivity. This is kind of like a timeout for us because our forefathers, they went to worship other gods, God. So the point I wanted to prove was that through music, we are being enchanted. Let me get a precept. Gonna go to Numbers 23. Verse 23. Surely there is no enchantment against Jacob, neither is there any divination against Israel. According to this time it shall be said of Jacob and of Israel, what had Yahawah wrought? Gone. Let's go into that word wrought. In the strong concordance of the Blue Letter Bible. And that word wrought is Pa'al. In the Lashon Kodash, is to do, to make. Let me see, commit, ordain, to practice. So what did Yahawah do? What had Yahawah done? You see? And this scripture, surely there is no enchantment against Jacob. And you hear me speaking about that we are being enchanted. But how do you get a hedge over yourself that you're not going to be enchanted by Esau? By keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, If a man's way pleases Yahawah, then he's going to cause his enemies to be at peace with him. That's also a scripture. Proverbs 16, verse 7. When a man's way please Yahawah B'Hashem Yahweh, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him. You see? So if you please Yahawah B'Hashem Yahweh, your enemies are going to be at peace with you. So they're not going to trouble you. They're not going to try and fuck you over, And how does a man's way please Yahawah B'Hashem Yahweh? By keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. Let's go to the book of John. John 14, verse 21. And this is red letter, so this is Yahweh speaking. Yahweh is the person who everybody ignorantly calls Jesus. He that had my commandments and keepeth them, he it is that loveth me, and he that loveth me shall be loved of my Father, and I will love him, and I will manifest myself to him. You see? So if you love Yahweh, then you also love the Father, because he who accepts me accepts the one who sent me. Those are the words of Yahweh. And in the end of the scripture it says, and I will manifest myself to him. Gone. So if you walk in the law, statutes, and commandments, Yahweh is going to sup with you. He's going to make himself known unto you. Your spirituality is going to increase. You see? But all of these things that these people are laying snares for us, that Esau is laying snares for us, those are part of our punishment from Deuteronomy. The curses of Deuteronomy. Let me go to Deuteronomy 28 and 65. Gone. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 65. And among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. But Yahawah B'Hashem Yahweh shall give thee there a trembling heart, and a failing of eyes, and a sorrow of mind. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shalt have none assurance of thy life. Gone. Because that's what this is all about, man. The killing of our own people. Black murder is normal. You see? That's the title of this presentation. Black murder is normal. And what is it? It's usually black on black crimes. And now you even have these police officers, which basically they're slave patrollers. They come and gun you down also. You see? And this has all been set up by the so-called white man, Esau. Gone. So let me go into the prayer. You know, when this is Psalms 140, verse 4. Keep me, O Yahawah, from the hands of the wicked. Preserve me from the violent man who have proposed to overthrow my goings. And who's the violent man? The violent man is speaking about Esau. You know, he's going around raping, robbing, and murdering all over the place. How did he establish America? Through rape, rob, and murder. So he's that violent man. So this prayer is for protection of that violent man. You know, because America is the valley of the shadow of death, as Psalms 23 says. So I'm read it in the Lasha 1 Kodash. Shamarnaya, Yahawah, ma yadya, Rashi, ma ahyash, Chaamasyam, Thantazarnaya, Ahshar, Chaashabwa, dachaawath, Paimya. I'm read it again. Shamarnaya, Yahawah, ma yadya, Rashi, ma ahyash, Chaamasyam, Thantazarnaya, Ahshar, Chaashabwa, dachaawath, Paimya. Gone. So Shamar is to keep. Shamar is to keep, and the Naya makes it to me. So keep me, O Yahawah. Ma is from, and yad is hand. Rashi is wicked, the wicked. Ma from, ahyash, that is man. And Chaamasyam is violent. Preserve. Thantazarnaya. Thantazar is preserve, and Naya is to me. Ahshar is who, and Chaashabwa is proposed. Dachaawath, to overthrow. La is to, and dachaawath is to overthrow. Paimya, Paim is goings, and Ya makes it to me, you know, pertaining to me. So my goings. So I'm going to read it again in the English. Psalms 140 and 4. Keep me, O Yahawah, from the hands of the wicked. Preserve me from the violent men who have purpose to overthrow my goings. You see, those are the snares that the devil has put for us, that we will not succeed on this side, you know. Go to the next prayer. This is Psalms 70, verse 2. Let them be ashamed and confounded that seek after my soul. Let them be turned backward and put to confusion that desire my hurt. Gone. And this is basically for the ones that, you know, that are coming after you. If you have people that do want to do you harm, literally, you know, not as the snares of the devil, not as with subliminal messages and through music, but the ones that you know that physically want to do you harm. You know, you could send this up for protection, that they be confounded and put to shame. The ones that do desire your hurt, because you have wicked jakes also, that do want to see you fall, that do go to the voodoo doctor to put enchantments upon you, But through the Spirit, what we just read, is that there's no enchantment against Jacob if you keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your abilities. But this prayer is for your protection, that you won't be, how could I say it? That you won't stumble, because people do not like us. People don't like the men of the Lord. So it's not a bad thing to put this prayer up. So I'm going to read in the Lashon Kodash. Yabashwa wa yachaaparwa ma baqashya Napashya Yasagwa Ahchawar wa 𝐤𝐃𐤅𝐄𝐅 Thantazarnaya yadya. I'm going to read it again. Yabashwa wa yachaaparwa ma baqashya Napashya Yasagwa Ahchawar wa 𝐤𝐃𝐤𝐅 Thantazarnaya yadya. So basically, it's the same thing as I did in the first one, Yabashwa is them to be put ashamed, to be put to shame, Salakya. Wa is and. Yachaaparwa is confounded. Ma is from. Baqashya, at the end makes it my, and baqash is to seek. Napashya is my soul or my life. Yasagwa, to turn, that means to turn. Ahchawar is backwards. Wa is and. 𤐤𐃃𤤅𝐄𝐅 is confounded, Salakya, confusion or insult. Thantazarnaya is desire, and yadya is hurt, and the in the end makes it to me, my hurt. So this is a good prayer to send up for protection. And this is the last prayer that I translated. This is Psalms 141, verse 9. Keep me from the snares which they have laid for me, and the gins of the workers of iniquity. So in the Lashon Kodash is Shamarnaya ma yadya pacha Yahawah laya wa makwashwat pailaya awan. I'm read again. Shamarnaya ma yadya pacha Yahawah laya wa makwashwat, Salakya, makwashwat pailaya wa awan. So Shamarnaya is keep me, ma is from, yadya is the hand, pacha is snare. Yahawah is to lure, because they're luring you in their snare. Laya is to me, la is to, and ya is me, wa is and makwashwat is bait, so they're luring you with their bait. Pailaya is worker, and awan is iniquities. So I'm read again in the English. Keep me from the snares which they have laid for me, and the gins of the workers of iniquity. So these prayers are good to do for your protection daily, that the Most High keeps a hedge over you. But if you don't do it, there's nothing wrong with it. But this is when you really feel something is off, because people really want to do what's hurt, man. As this one says, as this scripture says, the people that desire my hurt, Sometimes we need some extra protection for those. Kan. So Lord willing, this video was edifying. And I want to say, Kal halalim la, Yahawah, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham Rekakodash, Shalom Akim.